The courtroom was packed that morning, but the silence inside could cut through steel. A single father named Ethan Cole, a former Navy veteran, stood at the defendant's table, his old uniform jacket folded neatly in his hands. His little daughter, Lily, no older than 7, clutched a stuffed bunny and stared up at him with wide, confused eyes. The case was simple, or at least that's what everyone thought. Ethan was being accused of forging military medals to get veteran benefits and housing assistance. But what the judge didn't know, a broken bar, was that every medal he wore had a story written in blood, sacrifice, and silence. "Mr. Cole," the judge began, leaning back in his seat, voice heavy with skepticism, "you claim to be a decorated veteran, a hero, even, yet none of your records show up in our system. Care to explain that?" Ethan swallowed hard. His voice was calm but weary. "With respect, Your Honor, a broken bar. Some records were sealed. I can't discuss them. But those medals are real." A laugh echoed through the room. It came from the prosecutor, a young man with slick hair and too much confidence for his own good. "Sealed records, or convenient lies?" he mocked. "You expect this court to believe that you were some kind of secret war hero?" The judge chuckled under his breath. "Mr. Cole, counterfeit medals are a federal offense. Pretending to be a hero, that's disgraceful." Ethan lowered his eyes. "With all due respect, Sir, a broken bar. I don't need anyone to believe me. My brothers who didn't make it home know the truth." "That's enough." Lily tugged on her father's sleeve, whispering, "Daddy, are they taking your medals away?" Ethan smiled faintly through the sting in his chest. "They can't take anything they want, sweetheart. They can't take what we lived for." But even as he spoke, the court officers moved closer, ready to confiscate his medals. The judge's gavel struck once, a harsh sound echoing through the hallway, but just then, the back doors of the courtroom opened. A man in a dark blue uniform entered. His chest glinted with ribbons, his face lined with years of command and storm. The insignia on his shoulders made everyone stand straighter without thinking. A Navy Admiral." "Apologies for the interruption," the Admiral said in a firm, steady voice that filled the room, "but I couldn't sit quiet when I heard that name." The judge looked up, annoyed. "And you are, sir?" The Admiral stepped forward, eyes locked on Ethan. "Admiral Thomas Reeves, U.S. Navy, a retired." And that man standing there is Chief Petty Officer Ethan Cole, one of the bravest men I ever served with. The courtroom froze. The prosecutor's smirk vanished. Even the judge's gavel seemed to lose its authority. Admiral Reeves continued, voice trembling slightly now. "I was there the night he earned that Silver Star. We were pinned down in Helmand Province. The rest of the unit was surrounded, mortars raining down like hellfire. Cole carried 3 wounded men through open fire after being hit himself. He refused evacuation until every single one of his men was safe. You want to call those medals fake? Then you might as well call me a liar." A collective gasp swept through the courtroom. The judge's expression faltered. Suddenly realizing the weight of his mistake, he motioned for the clerk to verify the Admiral's credentials, and when they returned, pale-faced, the room erupted in whispers. Everything Admiral Reeves said was true. The judge stammered, "Mr. Coley, a broken bar. I don't know what to say. It seems there's been a grave error." Ethan simply nodded. "You don't need to say anything, Your Honor. Just a broken bar. Maybe next time. Believe a soldier before you laugh at him." Lily squeezed her father's hand as tears welled in her eyes. "Daddy, can we go home now?" The judge's tone softened, guilt heavy in his voice. "Yes, young lady, you both can go home. And, Mr. Coley, a broken bar, thank you for your service." But before Ethan could leave, Admiral Reeves stepped closer. "Cole, your record might have been buried, but your honor never was. Men like you remind me why we wear this uniform. You ever need anything, son, you call me directly." For the first time in years, Ethan smiled, not because he was vindicated, but because his daughter had seen that truth always finds its voice, even in the darkest rooms. Outside, the sun broke through the clouds. Lily looked up and asked, "Daddy, why did that man know your name?" Ethan looked down at her, his eyes soft. "Because once upon a time, sweetheart, a broken bar. I helped him make it home to his daughter, too." She grinned. "So you really are a hero." He knelt and hugged her tight. "No, Lily, the real heroes are the ones who didn't come home. I'm just lucky I did."